So far today, 2 of those. Let's see if that time on the stage is really going to pave the way forward for themselves. Space Soldier's going to be starting on their T side as the HE grenades rain out. Scream goes for the repeat to try to get that first kill, but eventually falls back.
Oh, Major has actually slipped up Matrix though, as he hammers down Major with the opening frag. Paz as well. It's actually Paz on the double kill, as somehow he was able to just confuse them and keep them busy. That's a massive opener for the side of Space Soldiers into this one early.
5 versus 3 now. No kit for the CT side as it was dropped towards a long. RPK trying to go for the information plays. Eventually will be taken out as well by Paz. 5 versus 2.
This is a good spot to be in as well. And this is a fantastic way to try and get Paz confident, as you need him to be one of those big players. He does step up around Galaxy, steps up around Xantares, aids them with the fact that he does have massive shoulders to try and give them an extra bit of leeway in carrying potential.
Yeah. All we need to see now is Space Soldiers group together. As I say, that Xantares will fall, and that will be the trigger for Space Soldiers to go and push A long, try and swarm this A site.
So they're going to be rotating around, slowly making their approach over to try and defend the A site. Happy, listening out for those audio cues as he will peek. A couple of taps down, but he can't quite find the kill just yet. He will get a tag off, but he himself is left on fairly low HP. Major with a CZ from a primetime angle as well. Oh, that was so swift as he found that headshot on towards XMS. Happy, left in a 1v4. There's not really too much he can achieve, as he will just be hoping for the best here, seeing if he can damage them and possibly mount a retake. He did have the armor investments, Nods, as he'll sit lying in wait.
Yeah, may as well just save the Kevlar here, save yourself $750. You can play for exit kills, try and get an extra $300 a piece. As he is dodging and darting, but eventually Engin will be taking him down. 1-0 now, Space Soldiers will claim the pistol. The good counter strat there to go for the double HE grenade towards A long. Interesting as well, as maybe Space Soldiers were expecting to plan and prepare for Optic Gaming, actually. Maybe they thought they were going to be against that international squad. But instead they are versus the French side of EnVyUs. And on Cobblestone, so far, so good.
Yeah, as they do get that opening round, it was effectively played. We do know with Space Soldiers, though, Snons, their T sides are normally very dominant, very effective. They can go quite big on them, but sometimes they struggle when it comes to switching over to that CT half.
Actually, I wouldn't really agree with that so far, the minor. Game versus Optic, they're 11-4. Up on their CT side, it was their T side that let them down, so the fact they were already getting to a strong lead should be good advantage so far, but already 3 versus 2. No players, though, from EnVyUs towards the A side, which means Engin and Calyx can take this side for free. Smoke onto Engin as well to smoke off connected if he wants to, but actually going to be pushing in here to try and gain some map control.
Things as well. Calyx can try and just work his way up towards that A site if he wants. They haven't cleared it yet, but they should be fairly aware of what is going on into this one. As they are pushing down towards B, though, the timing could be horrendous for them, Snars, as the CTs are just holding, slowly extending out. That Mac 10 should deal damage, but he needs to be on point as he will get one frag. Comes in with a second, but RPK with a double as he strikes back, barely surviving on 6 HP. They deny Space Soldiers getting that second round.
1-1 as the Force by victory will be claimed by EnVyUs. As you can see, the power of those CZs, landed the headshots in quick succession, and the flank as well. This is one of the things we see from EnVyUs so often on their Force buys, Jack, is where they go for the boost towards drop. If there's no one there, then they'll wait for B platform or the players towards A to get attention from Space Soldiers, and suddenly you get this massive flank coming in from the rear. And in the 2 versus 3, RPK prevails.
One of the things we've seen with Space Soldiers as well, actually, on their T side throughout the minor is overcomplication of the way they play their T sides. And that really comes back to haunt them, because we've seen, especially in buy rounds, they'll overthink, over-exaggerate strategy they need to go for, rather than just taking those 1v1 aim fights and winning out individually. And sometimes that has come back to haunt them.
Has indeed. Round number 3, and Space Soldiers will be going for the counter Force buy. 5 sets of armor, 2 Deagles, 2 CZs, and a P250 as well for Calyx. On the flip side, though, EnVyUs going to be wielding 2 UMPs, an MP9, an M4 onto Happy, and RPK, of course, with the salvage AK, which was used to claim them this first round they have so far. The Space Soldiers will be grouping towards A long. If they can get full control of A long here, Jack, they can go for an execution. They have the 2 smokes for connector and balcony. They can molly outside, they can molly up behind APC, but 6 and Scream close towards middle.
Just holding, waiting for the push to come their way, really. Space Soldiers, they have upgraded pistols, they have a ton of utility as well, and they can be quite naughty with these weapons, but let's see if it works out. The timing should be in the favor of EnVyUs. Paz with a nice opener, but Scream's able to find free as he's getting a cash builder going. He's gambled and he's won his bet. Major returns fire with a CZ, though, as he will strike and find that nice little supple shot and leave him in a 3 versus 2.
Man advantage for EnVyUs here versus the counter Force buy from Space Soldiers. Bomb Towards middle, Major and Calyx grouping up together. XMS, the lone defense towards the B-bomb site. Just going to be warded the MP9 as well, so a good call right now would be to go back. Turn your heads towards that B-bomb site. Try and get the 1-for-1 trade versus XMS and see if Calyx, with the Kevlar, with a picked up UMP, could try and win the round, but obviously that was going to fall short. Time runs out. They will be saving their weapons though going forward as we go into round number 4. With the salvaged weaponry as the timer goes out, not getting the bomb down will mean no round loss bonus for the T side.
Yeah. But when you talk about economy as well, you've got to lean it back to the fact these SMGs have been coming quite fruitful for the side of EnVyUs. Obviously, Scream there towards mid, dealing damage with those free frags. It's going to build up his economy fairly quickly, put them in a good spot. So the reinvestment does come out for EnVyUs in terms of the M4s. Meanwhile, on Space Soldiers, it's still pretty broken and bloody. Calyx, the only one that's actually going to go for the upgrade on the pistol, as he will be rocking a CZ.
So, round number 4. Obviously, the salvaged CZ Kevlar for Calyx, UMP as well, and Kevlar behind Major. But this is a round now for EnVyUs to really put their foot down, have 4 or 5 stay alive, have a clean economy going forward with a clean round here. If they can have all 5 players staying alive, we could be seeing 4,000 or 5,000 across the board here for the CT side players, which means going into the next buy rounds, they will be able to have a buffer in terms of money where they can keep buying in case they do lose these rounds.
Sixer. Hoping if they do walk straight through like that, he'll be given an opportunity as well. Scream had to spam away, actually tags his teammate because of this, because he needed to try and stay alive. Sixer probably confused, didn't expect him to push straight through the smoke. Happy as well with the counter boost play. Gets one frag on Calyx and can back off. Sixer now trying to continue the damage towards close mid. Finds the head of Engin and the follow-up frag on Paz. Unfortunately, Scream did fall, so he'll have to recover that M4.
Centaur is now last alive. The best chance he has is to try to do some economical damage. No real chance of claiming this one instead. That's 40 seconds to work with. We'll find one kill and actually won't be tagged down just yet by XMS, but it's still regardless of 47 HP.
Oh, Zantares makes his way over towards the B site, just hoping to see what he can find. I mean, if he can get a bomb plant or something, it would have been fantastic for him. Just anything else to help out Space Soldiers, but instead RPK just holds the angle, taps down with the AK, and finds that frag.
Issue now for Space Soldiers is Calyx and Major saving their Kevlar. Not getting the round loss bonus means the money isn't quite matched across all 5 players for Space Soldiers. So now 2 players going to be on low economy buys. It's going to be the Mac-10 for Major, Deagle for Calyx. 3 AKs as well to back up the rest of the Space Soldiers players. Decent utility as well. Let's see what they're going to be favoring to do on their T-side defaults. Are we going to be seeing Major call for Centaurus, Calyx to abuse their individual skill, their aim towards the platform, as already they rush towards B?
For XMS though, dive straight in. Look at the damage done. It's not everyone is weak, blooded and bruised as they start to fall down. There is a response from Paz though. Right now he is dealing damage for the side of Space Soldiers on the double entry with that AK. Happy, still just lying in wait as well, ready for the correct time to strike as the smokes are blocking his vision. He fires away, rips through Major. Scream responds with a headshot and Engin, but Paz is still alive and kicking. It's all been Paz into this round. Sixer wants to try and trade it back. Peeks round, but he gets tagged down. He's a little bit weak. He's not got too much sustain left to play with as he will start to back off. Wait for them to go to the bomb plant first. He still has a minute on the clock. No reason to overextend. The bomb is not down.
2 versus 1. Sixer has the smoke double flashbang and defuse kit. Paz and Calyx as well. They know where he is, so they can try and slow this one down. They have a smoke as well if they want to smoke the cross to the site and plant inside that smoke. But instead, they will be just going for the peaks. They spot out exactly where Sixer is now, towards the connector doors. He will be smoking off the shroud the vision from the T players.
I know where he is though, Snods. All they've got to do is find this frag as he walks his way in. Look how low he is, 18 HP. An M4 and a dream. He's got a flashbang to play with, and at least a kit, but he realizes it's not worth it. You're going to extend through. Most likely, even if you find one frag, there is going to be a trade, and he will have to just go and save it.
Exactly. It will be Sixer saving the M4 defuse kit and the flashbang as well. As the bomb was planted, extra cash as well for Space Soldiers, but so far so good. 3-2 is going to be the scoreline. After being instantly reset as well, after claiming the pistol round, Space Soldiers managing to bring it together on the next first buy round. So, 2 players surviving for Space Soldiers. Can EnVyUs go for another buy into the next round? Can EnVyUs try and reset the money from Space Soldiers and really run away with this lead?
Yeah. Is there a way they can keep it going? There's always that reset potential. That is the scary factor, obviously. If Space Soldiers start to falter and slip away in a lot of these scenarios, they can get impactful rounds now and then. But this one was won essentially just off the individual play of Paz. He came in, got some massive entries, kicked down the door, and left them just terrified.
This is what I want to see as well. Major calling the faster pace rounds. Obviously, having the MAC-10, lacking a 5 AK or maybe even a 4 AK 1-op round, he's had to limit his options as to what he could be calling in that scenario. Either a drop split via B, or potentially a fast A-long rush. And he went for the right call going for the fast B plane. Nevertheless, still MAC-10 for Major, 4 AKs as well, as it's going to be the CZ for RPK towards drop. XMS once again onto the MP9. AWP for Happy and 2 M4s as well for the CT side, as they will be their last buy if they lose this round, Jack. 1 minute 20 left on the clock here, and Space Soldiers slowly but surely taking control of drop.
Working their way in, as they will systematically go for the peak round. RPK as well, just on the wrong angle there, as he will be on the receiving end of Xantares' pain. Paz as well, keeping the damage going as he lays out XMS, and it falls into Scream, Happy, and Sixer.
5 versus 3 now. Happy towards stairs at B platform. As the flashes, the grenades come out. Xantares towards drop as well. Can be that split potential, but actually Scream gets spotted trying to rotate in via connector. And now if Engin can find the kill, get the final kill on the final player. That was the last remaining defense towards that A site. Just going to be leaving Happy alone towards B. There's a free A site now for Space. There's a plant 4, as they have 5 players staying alive as well. Happy in the 1 versus 5.
Might be a free AWP for him as well, if they actually are able to find this frag on towards Happy. He whiffs the opening shot, goes down. Xantares is the one to take him down a notch there, as they can scavenge that weapon if necessary. Instead, still going to rock the 5 rifle setup to play this more aggressive style of CS. I like this as well. We've seen this in the past. This is what I touched on, the fact that sometimes Space Soldiers get a little bit too in their own heads. Rather than playing a tempo style of CS where they rely on the fact they do have so many great individual talents, they'll try and play with a lot of structure, a lot of strategy, and that'll actually come back to hinder them more.
Exactly. Why not just play off of the individual skill and the raw talent you have onto players like Calyx, like Xantares? Have them go for the peaks towards Mother, have them go for the peaks towards the B side via B platform, or have Xantares work drop. Try and get the first kill from Electric towards the B side. Try and get that kill on the window player. Open up the splits towards B or A. But regardless, going to round number 7, it will be the eco coming out from EnVyUs. No players from the side of EnVyUs going to be buying up Kevlar just yet. Scream has 2.5k. So we can have 4,800 into the next round, but I think a little bit part of me doesn't expect him to buy that up into the next round.
Yeah, that's true. And into this one as well, you can't really expect too much coming out from them. Scream and Happy do go the investment in the SMGs. They're still going to try and rock that counter boost play. We've seen this be an absolute staple of EnVyUs' CT side on Cobblestone, but Xantares seems like he's got an inkling towards it, as he will spot them out. Gets tagged down low though. Xantares actually could fall in this scenario. Look how low he is now. It's 24 HP as he's got to hold the angle. XMS has done a great deal of damage.
But look at all the commitment from EnVyUs towards the B site and drop. As once again they're going to be fielding no CT defense towards A. And now Major and Co working up A long will be claiming control of that A site. And they're going forward. It's such a low chance for EnVyUs to try and have any chance into this one, as they will be making their way towards T-Spawn, trying to come with the flank, but instead, Xantares on low HP can still hold the line, hold the angle, and watch as they walk into his crosshair.
Oh, he gets one, tries to flick around as well, ready for more. You can see the energy kicking in for Xantares as he finds that frag on Scream as well, showing him that he can pop heads as good as he can. Happy tagged down as well in the response, but he actually does best Xantares with a CZ. Luckily, big man Paz is there to return the Jill, and Engin comes in for the final frag on RPK. So Space Soldiers do pick up that round against the weakened EnVyUs.
Now as well, $6,000 across the board for Space Soldiers. EnVyUs are going to have to be winning rounds together on the trot if they want to try and break the money for Space Soldiers. Force out the ecos, force out the low force buys. Thing is as well for Space Soldiers, what they can do, because they have money, even if they are losing these rounds, they can keep buying and buying and buying again, which is going to apply so much economical pressure onto EnVyUs, where they're going to be having these rounds which comes down to 2 versus 2s, 2 versus 1s. And at that point, each and every round Space Soldiers can win. They're going to be in a scenario where they can be reselling the money for EnVyUs.
XMS as well. This is such a powerful angle. If they do push in and not clear it, it gives you a lot of control over that B-bomb site when they push in. Right now, going to be reasserting himself. The smokes do come through, but it's not actually a true committal towards that B-bomb site. They're just trying to sell the idea.
4 players towards B from EnVyUs. As it seems like 6 are alone again towards the A bomb site. This time no AWP. Spots at the feet. Spots at the bomb as well. And now we're going to be seeing a mass rotation from EnVyUs.
That's good. You can see the trust there in Sixer's calls. They immediately rotate over to try and provide a little bit of overwatch and support. But Sixer dives straight in, gets the double as well. Tries to return fire onto a third, but falls short as it's a 2 versus 3 into the round now.
Man advantage here for Space Soldiers. 50 seconds left, and they can slow the pace of this round down. RPK trying to find information, trying to find that next kill, turn this into a 2 versus 2. But instead walking into the crosshair of Engen, and it wins that duel. 2 versus 2 suddenly. A real chance here for EnVyUs. Major working his way towards B platform, trying to find the kill onto Happy. Or trying to find some success or some comfort towards B. And make the call to Xantares to rotate back towards the B bomb site.
Yeah, Major has to try and do an absolute shed load of damage into this round if he wants to give them a potential opener. 15 seconds on the clock as he will make his way in. And luckily, things are aligning for him. It's all starting to play into his hands, but he misses that jump, made an audio cue. Luckily, he's bought Xantares time to get onto the bomb site, and he hasn't been detected yet either. If he finds this frag, then it's all to play for as he gets RPK low. Happy and RPK are aware that it is the A site. Happy is going to be caught on the rotate, so he has to just hold for the meantime. Can't really push through on his lonesome as the CT start to push through. Xantares, if he kills RPK, it can definitely go their way, but they bypass Major. They can now sprint in, try and play together. He's got to be on point with his artistry with that AK-47. Happy as well, the timing. They play ring around the rosies. RPK gets the first frag. Major gets spotted out by Happy. The defuse will come in as Team EnVyUs secure that one.
Such a shame there for Space Soldiers. Major playing that round so perfectly. You saw he expected the anchor towards the A site to be towards connector, be towards balcony. He was making noise on purpose towards the pillar. Outside connector to force that player away from A, take the attention away from him. Allowing Xantares to go for the bomb plant. Nevertheless, though, RPK and Happy, the wealth of experience between them, they don't crumble in that scenario. Even if they're lacking the kit, they still come through the round.
Yeah, so unfortunate there in just the way that went down, with sheer timing being the difference maker as we get back into the action here now, setting themselves up towards that B bomb site slots.
Exactly. 5 AKs by, once again, though, from the side of Space Soldiers. As I said before in the last round, Jack, EnVyUs have to chain rounds together. They cannot afford to win a round, be instantly reset. Otherwise, it could be deja vu to what we saw on their Cobblestone game versus ago, where each and every round they won, they were instantly reset following that one. And they were never able to build up enough money to have consistent buys.
Yeah, it was always a bit all over the place. The double peek here from RPK and co as well as they take down Xantares. That is a nice little early impact frag to find, as Xantares can be so useful into the late round, where he's allowed to flex his muscles and be a little bit more off the leash. Happy as well, gets the info and falls back so he doesn't go down early and give an opportunist moment to Space Soldiers.
Bomb. Still outside drop from Space Soldiers. 50 seconds left on the clock. Man advantage here for EnVyUs, as XMS is close in now towards drop.
Trying to play anti-flash as he will get close towards the wall, but he was blind, and Calyx pushes through, gets that first headshot as he dives down. Luckily, RPK, the big man, can return the damage himself as he finds that kill with the AK-47, falling into a 3 versus 3, but the true play is going down towards B, but they've sold the Faker. A, Engen as well finds the headshot on RPK as he's forcing the rotate and dealing the killing blow. Sixer luckily can stop him, but Happy stayed at B for just long enough.
It was all a ruse towards the A site. Paz now a Major. Smoke, they can try and smoke the cross towards the side, but instead Happy peeks out from Rock, finds that kill, leaving just Paz alone.
Paz has been looking good so far on Cobble, and he wants to continue. That could have been the spray of his life if Happy would have peeked in towards it. Left in a 1v1, no real reason to face, but he has to try and get into a better angle. That is why he peeks, and he takes the firefight, wins it out as he executes Happy, overthrows EnVyUs for another round. 13 kills now for Paz. 30-4 is his KD. And right now he claims such an important 1 versus 2 to deny the 5th round for EnVyUs and to now shatter and reset the money for the CT side going forward. You can see that Happy knows exactly how hard it's going to be now to fight back into this half with their money being so low. And it will be the force buyer though. Happy, RPK, XMS and Scream investing into Kevlar and upgraded pistols across the board. Just 6 are not going to be buying up Kevlar. Still has 2,500, so going into that going to the next Byron, he can still afford the AWP, which could make a major difference. RPK here. Wants to try to get off a critical strike with that CZ, but let's see if he's going to be given a moment to hit a vital organ with that sidearm. Fortunately not, is forced back as his entire defense will be set ablaze. So he does have to try and play from a less advantageous angle. Peeks in, takes down Xantares though, as he will strike first and strike harder.
Once again, the first kill found towards drop. Onto Xantares as well again. Major trying to find that first kill towards the B site. But actually it feels like the trade kills are going to come towards drop. Oh, as I say that though, Cadillacs will go down. 5 versus 3. RPK and XMS are low. There's still a chance here for Space Soldiers.
Flooding their way back towards that B-bomb site as the rotate comes through. Major and co trying to open it up though as Major gets one, gets dinked down but stays alive. There's the Molotov coming in as well to try and give them leeway as he's hoping to try and spot out RPK. Instead, Paz gets the entry and the double. Paz playing so predominant here on Cobblestone as he has been the difference maker thus far. Engin goes for the bomb plant, but Sixer connects the spam with the CZ and leaves them in a 2 versus 2. It's all to play for, it's all on the card. Scream grabs an AK as well. This is not a good spot to be in with old Screamy on the AK-47.
Both these players as well for Space Soldiers are low HP. Major though goes on top of the B platform, finds the remaining 2 frags. Lines up Scream, lines up Sixer as well. 6-4. A close shave there for EnVyUs as there were only 2 kills away. Basically 50 HP between those 2 players as well, remaining for Space Soldiers. But a smart play from there from Major is going on top of the platform. He plays the headshot angle. So when he peeked towards Electric, he only reveals his head, which means even though he's low HP, it makes no difference going into that battle.
Yeah, getting tagged down to 1 HP though before he did actually find both of those frags. So incredibly close stuff. This time around, Space Soldiers looking like they do want to try and go for more of a fast, aggressive burst towards the A-bomb site. But look at this, it's completely stacked. Everyone is there, everyone is lying in wait. So luckily, they begin to restructure their attack over towards B. The bomb hasn't committed through yet as well, but the CTs are taking deep control at mid.
No MAC-10s, no SMGs here for Space Soldiers. Try use them as a way to gather information. Obviously, if you send in a MAC-10 right now to see if there's a stack towards the A site, even if he dies, he gets the message, he gets the information you need, and all you do is give away a MAC-10. But anyway, Engin will find 2 kills. The Sixer and RPK give away their lives. 6-4 now. And it's very likely going to be 7-4 as right now EnVyUs are slowly but surely letting this one slip away.
Yeah. There is no way, really, you can imagine EnVyUs are going to bite back from this. They do have the Deagle on Scream, but even then it will just be more of a nuisance that he'll make rather than an opening into this round. As they do push through, he'll hear all these audio cues, the pitter-patter of their feet, as they do sprint up and get ready to go for the strike on A. Paz as well takes him down with the AK, and Happy just forced to fall back as he will walk his way over to B, run straight into the crosshair of Xantares, and give them that round for free.
7-4 as we go into the 12th round of this first half of this grand final for the minor. These 2 teams both qualified for the major qualifier, right now battling for that seed going into Atlanta. So what is the buy going to be from EnVyUs as they go for their purchase? It's going to be Sixer on the AWP, XMS will buy that FAMAS and the defuse kit most importantly. He seems to be the player, Jack, that whenever the money is low for EnVyUs or it's not optimal, he's the one that always takes the hit for firepower, buying the extra utility, buying the defuse kits, and the utility when it's needed.
You can see damage being done to him early, though, as he is tagged down to 73 HP with this aggression coming out towards the B-bomb site once more. Space Soldiers looking to see if they can try their luck. There are 4 players stacked on the site. 2 duos here.
1 minute 20 left on the clock. No presence shown towards the A site from Space Soldiers, which means Sixer can play with confidence alone towards the A site, meaning Scream can rotate in towards B, having the extra line of defense to ward off any aggression from Space Soldiers as they wait patiently towards platform.
Yeah, here comes that ton of utility they're investing into the round as well, smoking everything off, forcing the CTs to bend and back off and hoping they'll break them on the onslaught. 2 frags to go their way as well as they wreak havoc on the entry. Calyx finds that frag on Happy. Somehow they're having a clean round. Xantares with a headshot back on towards Sixer. Scream will fall, and it's another round for Space Soldiers here on their T side. 8-4 are the scores so far.
Round number 13. EnVyUs now facing a 4-round deficit going forward into this first half. And that deficit may grow larger as they are lacking the cash to go for the buy. Most likely after conceding 4 rounds in a row. Just going to go for a quasi-buy or in full eco. We see so many teams where they invest into CZs, Kevlar, into these sort of rounds, the quasi-buys, where they then lack full utility, they lack full 5-man kits or double or setups if they want to bring those out. There's no need to continuously get greedy with those upgraded pistols or the extra Kevlar, as it's the buy rounds where you really are favored to have success. Nevertheless though, 5 AKs once again from Space Soldiers, not going to be taking the risk to buy any SMGs, as they will be falling back onto the optimum firepower on those AKs.
Happy. Close range of a Deagle. Could be a little bit dastardly as he peeks out, but instead he's dead. As Engin finds that first frag and opens up with that AK, as they will now continue on their warpath up towards the site. They want to take it as terrorist domain, as Major will continue to deal killing blows with the AK-47.
Bomb is down. Smoke's coming out as well to deny any sort of retake coming out from EnVyUs. Then again, having no Kevlar, having no utility, currently on their eco. No chance at that, as eventually XMS will burn and fall at the disposal of Major, just leaving RPK and Sixer now alive.
Coming out towards the B-bomb site though, as they locate Sixer and take him down. Major with a 3rd kill into the round as well. Nice little hat trick coming out, as he will be able to deal the damage there. 9 rounds for Space Soldiers now. There's a rebuy for EnVyUs. But Snods, if we're looking at how way this has gone, if they actually do win this buy as well, this could basically be an 11-4 half Space Soldiers on their T side. And as you said, more so throughout the tournament, on the variety of maps they've played, it has been their CT side where they've been locking it down.
Exactly. So far, so good for the Turkish side, as they qualify for the first ever major qualifier. Question is, though, now, what do EnVyUs try and change up? Can they leave Sixer alone? Can they play 2 players towards drop? We've seen RPK die time and time again towards drop versus Antares. At what point will he eventually try to play a bit more passive, try not to give away that first kill?
Yeah. Can they make it that major qualifier and finally achieve something that they haven't been able to do in the past? Let's see, as right now it's shaping up like that. Damage is being done. Calyx finds the kill on towards Sixer as he takes him down, trying to play that contact angle.
The A anchor does fall, forcing the rotation from RPK. 5 versus 4 now. Space Soldiers are 1 round away from getting to double digits. RPK goes for the mid-peak.
Oh, they peek round past with the entry, but luckily gets shut down. Scream as well, blind, but he's still shutting them down as he rips his way through. Engin returns the damage though as he finds that kill as well, leaves them into a 3 versus 2. You can see XMS coming from behind as he wants to try and overthrow this. He knows they've got into his territory. He is sick and tired of these aggressive plays towards the A-bomb site. Happy as well, coming through Matrix. Didn't have the drop on Calyx there and will fall because of this. This should be the 10th round secured for Space Soldiers, essentially meaning at that point as well, it's looking like it's going to be an 11-4 half.
Yeah, essentially. We saw the exact same versus EnVyUs when they went up against the Go, the Polish squad that are now out of the minor. As eventually they did lose that game versus EnVyUs, but not Cobblestone. Regardless though, that was the first game of the day, Jack, as we went to the last one. The grand finals of the European minor. And right now Space Soldiers are 10-4 up, going into the final round of this first half. For EnVyUs there, Sixer, he pushes the smoke towards A-long, tries to get aggressive there. One of the issues is, as your anchor, it's really difficult to make that split-second decision to try to think, okay, do I take the risk? Do I try and get that first kill? If I push, if I die, I give up full control of the A site. And that's such a hard scenario to salvage as well if you are the teammates. You saw RPK came in with the rotation, tried to go for the information towards mid, see if Space Soldiers have rotated away from A, gone back towards the B site, but actually walked into the open arms of the Space Soldier side and gave away that second kill. Nevertheless, though, round number 15, 10-4, as it will be the AWP finally in the hands of Engin. Fat masses for Sixer and Happy, and 3 and 4s as well. They have kits to work with, decent utility, but they are lacking AWP. The AWP being so crucial to anchor that A site, the AWP being so crucial as well to gain control of the platform, as right now it's all going to fall back onto these rifles.
Yeah, this is where it really comes down to just individual performance rather than anything else. EnVyUs, can they stop them from claiming an 11-round half, or will Space Soldiers just be steamrolling their way through? And if they open it up with a good pistol, really be close to closing down map 1 in a swift fashion. Zantares trying to bait them out towards drop down.
Space Soldiers now lining up the grenades, pinning their smokes towards the B bomb site. As there will be 4 players from EnVyUs towards B. They have the extra man here, the extra manpower from Scream to try and conquer the assault from Space Soldiers, but actually Space Soldiers are slowing the pace of this round down. They're going to see if they can allow Xantares to get the opening kill.
Oh, of course he can. It's Xantares 1 and 2 as he cracks both of their skulls open, taking down RPK and XMS. Happy as well, lying in wait for Xantares, is hunting him like the hunter he is. Deals so much damage, Xantares. It's a quad kill for him as he rips his way through everyone. He doesn't give a damn. Brutality is on display. Engen for the final frag as Sixer will slip down to his demise, and that is going to be an 11-round half on the T side for Space Soldiers.
You can see exactly why Major gave the call just to play patiently, allow your star player, your star fragger to really work his potential. It seems like every single round nearly, he's gone down drop, he's found success. Obviously there were the rounds where RPK was being flashed in and he caught Xantares blind. But ever since there was that 2-man squad towards drop, Xantares and KaliX, it all went south for EnVyUs. As right now they're facing an 11-4 half once again. As we saw earlier, they actually ended up losing that map 16-10. Will it be a repeat of that fashion?
Early damage transferred towards mid here as XMS will peek free. You can see they are going for this all-out aggression towards the A-bomb site, grouped up for more of a late-round explosion through with Happy on the lurk as per usual. They are playing from far back angles though and holding it well as KaliX gets the opening one, snipes down Happy.
Man advantage now, Engen towards APC, has the long-range angle with the USP as EnVyUs make their mark towards A.
Oh, Engen trying to get fired up as he wants to subdue the men that are running towards his bomb site. He is sick of this and wants none of it. Major and KaliX, though, are the ones dealing the killing blows. Paz as well, hungry for a frag of his own, but Scream comes in from the rear and starts to speed this round up a bit as he finds a hat-trick. Scream really starts to reinvigorate EnVyUs, falls into a 2v2. Xantares is on 1 HP, KaliX on 89 snods as Scream and Sixer try and secure the bomb site.
No kid right now for the CT side, but 50 seconds left. As the bomb is yet to be planted, Scream low HP, Sixer as well as he gets spotted out.
Oh, he had to push around to grab the bomb. He's so lucky he caught it and wasn't killed by KaliX, but Xantares kills Scream, and it's a 1v2. Sixer, USP that he scavenged off one of the fallen CTs. Can he snipe with it? Can he land a sick shot? Struggling as he's bobbing and weaving. Gets one, gets two! Sixer overthrows them, takes it down, somehow does the unthinkable.
On 12 HP, one shot from those USPs would have taken him down, but instead, he manages to overthrow those players in that 1 versus 2. An incredible clutch there, but it was all set up by the star player on your screen right now. A massive hat-trick of frags towards that A site to allow EnVyUs to claim the 5 versus 2. You can see there, Xantares not happy with that one because they've lost in this scenario before, Jack, when they have the 11-4 advantage.
Screamy as he comes in. Absolutely dreamy stuff there. Damage being dealt by the main man. Engine as well overpowered towards mid as Sixer and co run speedily through. Paz dealing damage with the Deagle though, Snods, as it's all high-octane CS right now. Damage across the board coming out as KaliX chimes in. See you later, Scream, and it falls to Happy.
Oh, the individual skill across all of the Space Soldiers lineup is coming to the party right now as we head into a 1 versus 4. Happy lacking the AK. Only has the MAC-10 to take that duel versus KaliX and will fall short. 5-12 now. It's going to be the 7th round. It will be the eco from EnVyUs and a likely chance now for Space Soldiers to get to 14.
Yeah, back in with the action. Let's see how it is going to go down. So EnVyUs not going to go for the force knots. They keep it simple, they keep it clinical as they would if you rocking these default pistols. Paz already trying to show off that he can deal big early damage. Peeks out, finds the wallbang on towards XMS and falls back, staying alive.
So 5 versus 4, Paz finds the first with the Galil. And it will be 5 rifles from Space Soldiers. No one investing into the SMGs again. We see that the Turkish side don't really like to go for the SMG investment. They take no risks going forward into the rounds. Instead, they rely on themselves to have the firepower from the rifles to get them their success.
As they get ready, slowly making their onslaught through mid. It is going to be a bit of a slog. It will be definitely a hard-fought fight. And Paz as well, switched off to the Galil, so if he dies, he only gives them a weak weapon compared to that M4. Xantares does all the damage though, as he'll line them up and knock them down. Paz comes in for his second of the round. Space Soldiers do pick that one up, as you should suspect.
9 round deficit now for EnVyUs. as this may be their final full buy on their T side, and in this first map of this grand final on Cobblestone. Second map being EnVyUs' pick on Inferno. And obviously to qualify for the major qualifier, they did win versus Optic just moments ago on that map, so obviously still a massive chance themselves in this best of 3. Anyway though, 5 rifles again from Space Soldiers. Galil, Franken, 5 defuse kits as well. Molotovs across the board, good utility for Space Soldiers. They are lacking the AWP, but right now, with the massive round advantage, that AWP isn't really going to be the biggest factor.
No, exactly. Let's see how it does go down, though. If they get this round, EnVyUs can still try and link these together, try and keep themselves alive. But the thing is, it needs to be consistent rounds for them. RPK kicks it off in good fashion, though. You remove Major as you start to find some cracks and deal some dents. But there's the response. Zantares with a spray, as he will remove RPK.
4 versus 4 now with a minute left on the clock. Bomb onto 6 at outside drop. Zantares has control of B platform and actually control of Happy's life as well as he sends them down to 21 HP.
Yeah, this is good so far. Paz as well, the timing could be so impactful. Peeks out, look at the tag, but it's not quite a frag. XMS stays alive, barely at a half-life as he's broken and bloodied as he'll reposition up towards that A site. Engin as well on the scene of the crime, armed with the Galil, as they'll just wait to try and get a great strike off. Calyx and co. repositioning round, holding for the cross as they have to push in. They know this A site is under onslaught.
Engin towards default. If he peeks out the right time, it could be so important, but actually Calyx and Zantares find the frags. Happy and XMS are so low. And now just a lurk player himself. Happy last alive, 20 seconds left on the clock. And you can see he will be going for the save into round number 21, but that will be now match point for Space Soldiers. And they're going to have 10 chances to finish this game off in regulation. EnVyUs require 10 rounds on the trot if they want any chance of forcing this into overtime.
This is true. It's going to be the way going. Space Soldiers getting themselves that match point. EnVyUs as well. Cash for what can be the final round here. Not as effective. They're going to be really lackluster on utility. Their buy is going to be weak. They have to force up. Basically just going to be upgraded pistols with a hint of utility and the AK that is on Happy.
So, 2 AKs as you said. Good utility though, so they can try and go for an execution. If they want to, try slow the pace of this round down, try and get control of the map. Take control of A long, take control of drop, maybe go for an A split, a B split if they wanted to as well. As Paz wants to get the job finished.
Oh, they peek through. Paz gets the opener and the double up. Takes them down. Paz has had enough. He wants to power his way through as he punishes everyone in front of him. Happy and RPK, the last 2 remaining members on that T side of the side of EnVyUs, as they are going to be so distraught. The Space Soldiers should pick up this victory here. Engin as well finds that headshot. Happy once more is the last alive. The final set piece that is in play. He does spray away though and finds the kill on Engin.
1 versus 4. No utility though, Jack. Has 100 HP, has his silver lining going forward, but Zantares holding off the rotations, actually loses that duel to Happy. Which means he will be sprinting his way towards that B bomb site. Paz onto 19 HP, 1 versus 3. But a fast rotation from Major. If he can hide in towards Chicken Coop, near impossible round now for Happy to win.
Play from an angle that works quite well for him as he waits for this push to come around. Major as well, just sitting by Chicken Coop. Happy looks dubious about the commit right now as he just backtracks forward, trying to work out where exactly he wants to go as he will be heading towards that B bomb site once more.
Fakes the jump towards drop, but there's no players close towards drop from Space Soldiers. So that jump will fall on deaf ears. As Major towards Chicken Coop will spot him out eventually, goes for the right time peak. And there you have it, 16-5 as Space Soldiers claim the first map of this grand final.
Yeah, picking up a vital kill there is Major as he tries to get his team 1 step closer to that major qualifier. They get map 1. There is 2 more maps remaining in this best of 3. Inferno will be the second map coming up. Cobblestone though, looking very effective for them, looking good, looking clean, looking clinical. And through, the fact was all the players that needed to go big for Space Soldiers did. You had Paz, very consistent throughout that game. Consistent double kills. Zantares as well. We saw him working through drop like a madman.
Exactly that. This is the thing as well for Space Soldiers on their T side. It feels like as soon as Zantares had complete control of drop, he was able to find that first kill onto RPK, onto XMS, trying to hold off the aggression towards B. But as soon as his players died towards Electric, as soon as the B splits were able to come to fruition, there was no defense able to resist versus that pure firepower.
Yeah, it just didn't go well. But there you have it. Space Soldiers picking up that victory, obviously. Just so many fantastic frags across the board. Major as well, having a bit of a belter of a game, really, if you look at things on paper. Just fantastic display of dominance through and through. Paz and Xantares, the only difference was 3 frags between them, with Paz sitting at 26, Xantares on 23, 120 ADR on both.
Crazy performances there into the first matchup. What's scary to think as well, the sleeping giant on your screen right now, Calyx, still hasn't really shown his full potential in this first best of 3s. It was all Paz and, of course, the man to get the massive 3K towards middle, finish off the job on the first map. But the next map, of course, will be the pick from EnVyUs.
Yeah, that is true. This is where it could be a little bit different. Obviously, over on Inferno map, we know EnVyUs can play to a very high level of CS. They bested Optic on it only moments ago, and they have always looked fairly effective on the map. Coming into this, though, Space Soldiers, can they pull something out of the hat? Do they have a trick up their sleeve, some kind of confidence that we aren't aware of?
Potentially, of course. Then again, you know, for Space Soldiers, Inferno isn't a map they're a stranger to. It's one of these maps where if they can get control of Banana towards their CT sides, try and get the extra man rotation in towards A. And of course, Xantares, if he wants to try work magic towards Banana, he definitely can. We saw the success, though, from Scream playing that exact same position. So in terms of how it's going to boil down, I think this is a very equal matchup on Inferno.
It'll be interesting to see. We do have our full statistics here as well from that matchup. As you can see...
130 ADR, as you said before.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, from Paz. This is the thing as well. When you look at the depth of